Hey guys, it's Miraculously Lazy, and today I have a special guest, Catblanc Eggs Princess Justice.
Hey everyone!
Well, I'm so glad that we're doing this collab today.
Yes, I am so glad to do this too because this video is really intense, guys.
So in this video, we're going to have a little battle between Ladynoir and Adrienette. I want to disclaim that we love both of the ships.
Exactly, guys.
These are just our opinions and, it's just for fun, honestly.
So I am defending Lady Noir and you are defending
Adrienette.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I am so excited to see who's gonna win at the end. Also, I want to clarify that we're starting with season 1 till season 4 guilt trip. We're not talking about Rocketeer because we know Lady Noir is just going downhill. We're not talking about that episode at all. You can check out our part of the collab in my channel, Catblanc VS Princess Justice, and we rate top 15 best episodes of Miraculous Ladybug.
So let me explain the rules a little bit. We have 11 categories, and we are going to bring up our own debate for why our ship is better. Then we're going to decide which ship wins each specific category, and the ship with the most points at the end will win. So what is the first category?
The first category is first impressions, how they met and how they connected. So I'm going to start off with Lady Noir. Okay, so they met really basic, honestly. Marinette was not her real self. Like, she was self-doubting herself. And catnoir is like, okay, clumsy girl. And I'm ready for this. Like, the thing is, that's how they met and first impressions. But how they connected was in part 2 of Origins. Everyone started blaming Ladybug, like, it's all your fault. And Ladybug was like, I don't know, they're right and all that stuff. And catnoir is like, don't worry, Ladybug. I trust you. You can do this. And that helped her defeat Hawkmoth and have confidence. And the moment where catnoir falls in love with Ladybug is when Ladybug is flying with, like, I don't know, like a parachute or something. And catnoir, like, I don't know who she is, but I know I love that girl. That's what I have.
So Marinette's first impression of Adrien is thinking he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Like, he's friends with Chloe. He's putting gum on her seat. I actually felt like this was quite interesting because it started with conflict. It's more significant. They were able to get past their problems and become friends. The way that they fell in love was the umbrella, the whole symbolism with that. And, I think
I'm gonna win this.
I mean,
thunder.
It's just perfect. Adrien wanted her forgiveness, and she saw, hey, this guy is real.
And like, I like yours. I like Adrienette because even the world wants them together. Because the clap of thunder. Are you kidding me? Like, obviously you're gonna win this one. Like, Okay, so first round, you won.
All right, so the next category is transparency with their personalities. How real are they with themselves?
So that's why I love Lady Noir, because they're their real selves. Okay, so we know that catnoir, everyone knows that he's his true self when he's catnoir because he gets to be free. He doesn't get to be that perfect guy, Adrien, or Gabriel Agrest's son. He's always happy since the day that he got his Miraculous. He was already feeling it. Since the moment that he became catnoir. No, the only person that catnoir has shown his true self is Ladybug. Now, Ladybug, a lot of people say, like, that's not her true self. But the thing is that I feel like Ladybug is just one self that Marinette doesn't show when she's around Adrien. Because Marinette is confident and she's clumsy, but she's also confident. The thing is that the only problem is Adrien. She always gets flustered easily with him. But as Ladybug, Adrien isn't there. She can be her true self. And we know that catnoir likes that. So we know that Lady Noir, they're true. They're their true selves. Catnoir obviously is in love with Ladybug being confident, all that stuff. But does Ladybug like catnoir's puns, his jokes? At first we didn't know that. But now in the episode of Truth, we know that she loves all of that. So not only they're their true selves as Lady Noir, they like it too.
So for Adrienette, Adrien is not his full self. Like, I'm not saying Adrien is not his real side at all, but catnoir is more of his true side. And we even saw that in Lies. Like, he told Kagami, this is really me. That's kind of bad that Marinette is only seeing Adrien's perfect side. And the problem is Marinette doesn't really show her real self. She doesn't show that confidence around Adrien. She can barely talk to the dude. I do want to say she is improving. Marinette throughout the seasons has been showing herself more, and Adrien does realize that. in like the season 2 finale, but for the majority of the time she doesn't show her real self. But Mr. Pigeon 72, she communicates. She's starting to find that confidence in herself.
Like she has the potential. She has the potential to stop it. Like she can do it.
She's so close. Mr. Pigeon 72 was a whole nother level. Okay.
Who won?
I feel like probably Ladynoir. We haven't had enough development with Adrienette. Let's give a point to Ladynoir.
A round of applause for me. Third category, communication, openness towards each other.
Adrienette is a rough one on communications. Marinette cannot communicate feelings. Like we've seen in Puppeteer 2. She has an opportunity to tell Adrien she likes him, but she doesn't. What I'm about to say next may seem like I'm kind of hurting myself in this argument, but Ladynoir, they communicate so well. Like Catnoir tells Ladybug up front, like, hey, I like you. And then in return, Ladybug says, oh, I'm in love with another boy. So they're open. Adrienette we've never had
Adrienette.
But I mean, I'm just being honest. Like Adrienette is not good in this category. Marinette has never said she likes him. Yes, maybe she's giving him hints, but she needs to be more obvious.
Let's talk about Ladynoir, obviously the winner of this category. Ladybug is open with Catnoir because she doesn't want to lie to his best friend, and she's open. So every time Catnoir is like, hey, I like you, and the way that he's comfortable to say that, and Ladybug is comfortable to say, no. Now, normal situations, sometimes if you get friend zones, the friendship just goes downhill after that. Now, we see here that that's not the case. They're even more stronger after that. And there's a point that Catnoir learns to respect that, but their bond is big. So that's why I feel like they're really open and their friendship is really strong.
Actually, yeah, because in Glaciator, sorry, I guess I'm taking your side on this one. I can't win this one. But Glaciator, after Catnoir told Marinette I'm in love with Ladybug, she actually respected him more and saw he was like a genuine person.
The thing is, who won?
Who won?
Ladynoir won this category.
All right, next category, trust.
Now, I feel like that's Ladynoir's second name. The thing is, trust is something that you gain over time. And when we see that in the beginning, Ladybug didn't trust Catnoir like at the start. That's not the same with Catnoir. He trusted her since the beginning. And over time, Ladybug grows that trust with him as well. And proof lies, literally, like we know we can trust each other. The episode of Lies. Ladybug and Catnoir trust each other so much.
Honestly, this is going to be hard to compete against again, especially when Marinette and Adrien don't really talk normally. Like Marinette just says like, oh, like random words. But anyway, there is trust in Adrienette because Adrien believes in Marinette so much so that he thinks she's Ladybug. The season 2 finale, he names all her good traits. He sees like she's a great person. And I mean, the fact that he's comparing her to like the love of his life, he obviously trusts Marinette.
Exactly. Oh my god, that's so true.
And he stands up to Lila for her. It might have been Ladybug. It's the end. Yeah, okay. Adrien actually gets mad.
You're gonna make this right. Like, you do not pick on my friend Marinette.
He was one of like the few people who believed in her in the episode Ladybug.
Like Marinette looked at Adrien. It's like, Adrien, you tell them. Like,
that's so true. Marinette trusts Adrien enough to look to him for reassurance.
I don't know. I don't know if Ladynoir is gonna win. The thing is that they don't, like Adrienette, they don't really talk, right? Yet Marinette and Adrien trust each other. Let's do half-half.
Okay, I agree.
The next category, which is more toxic? This one, it eliminates 1 point.
Negative point. I'm gonna say Adrienette is not toxic at all. No. You're gonna, if not that, very little toxicity. Adrienette did start as toxic. There was a point where she was not okay with Adrien saying to Kagami in Repost, oh, Marinette's just a good friend. Repost, I'm kind of using as like the base. But Mr. Pigeon 72, she has totally transformed her mindset. And she has started to accept it. And when it doesn't work out her way, she actually decides to dance in the rain. And she's willing to be patient. Once upon a time, Marinette wanted to actually sabotage Kagami's relationship with Adrien. But Now in Mr. Pigeon 72, she is actually trying to help Kagami make amends with Adrien. Her goal is to help them repair their relationship. The toxicity has fizzled away.
I agree with that, but I feel that Adrienette is toxic. It's hurting Marinette. She hasn't focused on herself. Think about it. She has a calendar of Adrien. Imagine how she got it though.
But
That's
the
why
improvement,
I like.
you know, we'll come back to this. I want to hear your Lady Noir argument.
Why is it toxic? No, let's start with catnoir. Just imagine him every single night sleeping. Who is the girl that I like? The thing is that he constantly lives with that question and he constantly gets hurt. Now we think about Ladybug. She gets hurt that she has to reject him every single time. She lives with that guilt, and even worse with catblanc. She realized that because of their love, they destroyed the world. Now, them as a whole, Lady Noir has had their toxic times where catnoir feels like, Ladybug, you have to tell me everything. If not, I'm gonna renounce my Miraculous. I don't know. I feel like Lady Noir does have their toxic side. But Adrienette, I like what you said. Adrienette toxic side was in the past.
Lady Noir's toxicity is growing while Adrienette is becoming better. So for this round, Lady Noir wins, which means they lose a point. Next category. They're concerned for one another.
Catnoir, I don't even have to explain how much he cares for Ladybug. So I'm just gonna forget about Catnoir for now. And we're gonna go with Ladybug. Lady Wi-Fi. Gamer 2.0. Were Dad. Miraculous when he got cataclysmed. And Reverser when he got like paranoid of everything. The thing is, Ladybug does care about Catnoir. And Lady Wi-Fi, when he was like freezing, she's like, Catnoir. I'm like, okay. That's kind of sus.
Okay, we obviously know Marinette cares about Adrien. And Adrien cares so much about Marinette. Puppeteer 2, they kind of had a little bit of a conflict. They were like in the car together. Adrien says like, oh, the girl I love doesn't like when I make jokes like that. We see that because Adrien says this, Marinette is sad. Adrien doesn't realize why, but he cares so much. He wants to make it right. Season 2 finale, Adrien protects Marinette. He prioritizes her safety. I talked about this scene earlier, but I want to use it again. Adrien does not let Lila bully Marinette.
Hey, we're not doing this. I did not come to play.
And then in the Shanghai special, we see Adrien goes to look for Marinette. He turns into catnoir and he's like, "Milady, we need to find Marinette Dupanchang." He just like cares so much about her and wants to like look after her. And Marinette, I just want to give a couple examples on how she cares about Adrien. So, season 1 finale. So she went up to Gabriel Agreste and was like, yo, I stole this book, even though she didn't. And was like, can you please let Adrien come back to school? She talks Adrien's dad into letting him go to New York. In the bubbler, she makes that scarf for Adrien. She could have been like, at the end when he's like,
Do you believe my dad got this for me?
she could have been like, I made that actually, Adrien. But she's like, he looks happy and I want him to be happy.
I don't know. I don't want to do a half and half.
I do want to do half and half too. It's not like, a fair competition because it's different circumstances.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go with symbols. There's 2 symbols that I have. 1, the moon. I want to trace back to the original concept of Miraculous Ladybug, the PV version. In the moment that they're like in love, the moon is there. So why did they do the exact same thing in the second version of Miraculous? They have to have the moon. Glaciator, we see the moon above them. And where Ladybug is like, I don't want to lie to a friend like you. Another Lady Noir episode is catblanc. And what is there? What is like out of anything you could have shown, they shown the moon. That was impactful. Like, why destroy the moon? So I looked up a definition of the moon, and it means rhythm of time, immortality, and eternity. So I feel like their love is eternal, but it's just a matter of time. That was my second symbol, the wall between us. The only barrier between them is time and their identities.
For Adrienette, we do also have the moon. Like in the New York special, Adrien and Marinette dance in front of the moon. Ding, 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 ding. But honestly, it's not as impactful as with Lady Noir because we don't see the moon break in half. The fact that they dance in front of the moon, though, like, is that also represents their love for each other. The next symbol is the umbrella, and an umbrella symbolizes shelter and protection. In the umbrella scene, Adrien put himself aside in that scene. He wanted her to be dry. He wanted to protect her. And also, in Mr. Pigeon 72, Marinette tried to give the umbrella back, but he didn't take it back. He's like, you need it. Like, is this like he wants to give her protection and he's not gonna leave her side? He's never gonna leave her alone? Like, what does that mean? Okay, now we have the most important symbol, the Lucky Charms. Okay, we know the Lucky Charm is so significant. Like, Marinette gave this charm that she made herself to Adrien, and he carries it with him everywhere. Both of the bracelets that Marinette and Adrien gave to each other have red string. This is what apparently means. Two people connected by the red thread are destined lovers regardless of place, time, or circumstances.
Okay. Girl, we need to stop with the half and half. Like,
I think Adrienette wins.
Yeah, me too.
The next category is teamwork.
Ladybug and catnoir is very obvious. They work really well together. They work every day. And something I do want to notice is that even though Marinette has chosen her other superheroes, team, we have seen in episodes like Mayura or Miracle Queen, she defeats it with just catnoir, just as them as a duo.
I gotta be honest, there's not a whole lot of teamwork that I can think of for Adrienette. Like, there's scenes like in Guilt Trip, they found the room together and helped Julika. They support each other, like in Gamer, they give each other confidence. But that's not really like teamwork. Adrienette does not stand a chance. Next category.
Conflict resolution. So I chose a conflict, and that's the New York special. So when catnoir didn't do what Ladybug expected, and Ladybug's like, oh, I can't trust you, can I? And he felt so guilty, and he felt like, I'm not even worth to be catnoir anymore if Ladybug doesn't trust me. We realize there's a pattern. He renounces his Miraculous. Something similar happened in Siren. So every time they have a problem, he wants to renounce his Miraculous. This category is conflict resolution. They don't resolve them. Someone has to get in and resolve them for them. And Master Fu in Siren had to remind catnoir that Ladybug needs you. Now, Master Fu is not here anymore. What's gonna happen then? Who is gonna help them resolve that conflict?
You basically just brought Ladynoir down.
Yeah, I did.
There is good with Adrienette, actually.
Yeah.
We talked about this at the beginning. The thing is that he wants her forgiveness. And he doesn't care about his own pride, like, even though he was misunderstood. And in Puppeteer 2, Adrien is so apologetic, and he blames himself. He doesn't put blame on her.
They resolve their conflicts, while Ladynoir, someone has to get in there and resolve it for them.
Adrienette won that.
Next category.
Development. Adrien really has grown to trust in Marinette, and like I said, believes she's Ladybug. With Marinette, she has accepted that she loves him. Some episodes she's trying to forget about Adrien and move on, but in the New York special, we saw her just fully be like, Adrien, I love you. We know she loves him now. Like, it's not just a crush. In season 4, Marinette is becoming more confident, which is going to help improve Adrienette, I feel like. She even has a great attitude now. Even if it takes time for Adrien to like her, she's willing to be patient now.
So there is physical and there is emotional development. So physical is like, in the beginning, catnoir would kiss her on the hand, or I don't know, and she would always be like, ew, no. But now, like season 3, she just came accepting to the fact that he does that. And another thing is bugaboo. So that's something that she hated. But in season 4, that changed, because in the truth episode, he literally calls her that every single moment. That's a huge jump. So that is physical. But if you talk about emotional, the episode that proves that is Guilt Trip. She's like, I don't know if I can do this, all these things without you. Like, I value you. At first, Ladybug really didn't value catnoir, but now she really does. The New York special as well. She's like, I don't know if I can do this without him.
I'm gonna say Ladynoir wins, in my opinion. So this is like a tiebreaker.
Okay, last category.
Dude, I'm actually nervous.
Favorite moment. My scene is not the most common or most known of Ladynoir. Miracle Queen underwater. I like that scene because catnoir saw Ladybug at her lowest. Ladybug realized the guy that has been there all the time for her. She's like, oh my god, catnoir, you're always there for me, blah blah. And like it was so sad. And catnoir got to see like, oh, maybe I see Ladybug when she's confident, but she has her ups and she has her downs and she needs me. So I loved it so much.
You're gonna like eye roll at what scene I chose. The umbrella scene.
I knew it! The most iconic.
The symbolism, the clap of thunder, that's what makes it so significant. Like, they had a conflict. Adrien and Marinette had a conflict. Then goes out of his way and wants to apologize to her. And the umbrella, I mean, the way they look at each other, even Master Fu in ways at the end being like, those two are made for each other.
Nothing beats the umbrella scene. One. You heard it here, guys. The ship that won was Adrienette. They told me that I knew Ladynoir was gonna win.
Yeah, I actually was thinking Ladynoir was gonna win. Good job, Adrienette. You have proved that you have some really good scenes.
But you guys definitely let us know in the comment section below. Like, it's like, what would you have said differently?
All right, and that ends the video. So, bye.
Bye. Lazy out.
Lazy out.